If you want to grow your chest, you definitely want to make sure that you're doing these 3 key exercises. In this video, I'm going to break down the workouts that completely blew up my chest to give me a nice looking aesthetic physique. And by adding these to your workout, it's definitely going to take your chest to that next level. So let's get started. All right, guys. So when it comes to building a more aesthetic, fuller looking chest, the thing that you really want to focus on is you want to make sure that you have a combination of both compound movements and isolation movements. Now, if you didn't know, a compound exercise is any exercise that uses more than one muscle group. For example, let's say you're hitting a bench press. Not only are you targeting your chest, but you're also hitting a little bit of your triceps as well as your front delt. On the other hand, an isolation exercise focuses just on that one muscle group. For example, if you're hitting, say, like bicep curls, right? You're only hitting the biceps. You're not hitting shoulders. You're not targeting anything else. You're just hitting that one specific muscle group. Now, the reason we want both compound and isolation exercises is because the compound is going to focus more on building our foundation, right? It's going to give us mass. We're going to increase strength on these exercises the most, whereas the isolation exercises is really what's going to sculpt the muscle. So combined, it really gives you a nice aesthetic looking chest. Now, another important factor, guys, when it comes to building our chest is going to be what is called progressive overload. Now, progressive overload means that we are constantly putting our muscles under different amounts of stress and tension over time. We're not just going to the gym, picking up some random weights and doing the same weight every time, right? You're not gonna see any muscle gains like that. And this is why you wanna make sure that you are recording your lifts, writing down how much weight that you're doing and how many reps that you're doing. So then in the next session or so, you can try to beat that number. And this is a huge key, guys, when it really comes to building muscle and, just making progress in the gym, which is the goal and which is really gonna help us build a nice aesthetic looking chest. So with that being said, let's dive into my top 3 exercises to really blow up your chest. All right, so first on my list is going to be the incline dumbbell bench press. Now, this is a compound movement and one of my favorite exercises, guys, because it really focuses on building that upper chest area, as well as you have a nice range of motion, right? It's not just like a fixed position, such as, like a regular bench press. You actually have a nice full range of motion when you're doing the movements. And also your upper chest area, guys, is really what makes your chest pop the most and give you that nice plate of armor look. Now, the way that I like to do this exercise, guys, is by utilizing what is called pause reps. And this means that when we're doing the motion, we're gonna end up taking a little time at the bottom before we end up pressing to the top, right? And this is really gonna maximize time under tension and mind-muscle connection, which is crucial when it really comes to growing our chest. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down, we're gonna pause for a second, and then we're gonna press up. We're not just rushing through the exercise, guys. I see way too many people doing this when they go in the gym. They just, go on an exercise, say like a bench press, and they're just cranking out like a bunch of reps and, they're not really engaged in the movement. They look more so like they're just trying to get it over and done with, right? You don't wanna do that. You wanna make sure every movement that you do in the gym, guys, is gonna be slow and more controlled. So as you can see, I'm not rushing through the exercise. I just come down, I take a little pause, and then I press up. Now, when it comes to sets and reps, if you're a beginner, you wanna go for 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. And if you're a little bit more advanced, then you're gonna wanna go for 4 sets, and you're gonna wanna hit 10 to 12, 8 to 10, 6 to 8, while increasing the weight for each set. And then for your final set, you're gonna drop the weight back down and crank out another 10 to 12 reps to cap it off. Like I said, this is gonna maximize time under tension and also maximize progressive overload. So that's the first exercise. All right, so number 2 on the list, guys, is going to be the machine chest press. Now, this is another compound movement, guys, that's really gonna help you build a nice full chest. Now, there are a few different kinds of machines when it comes to chest press, guys. Some are on an incline, some you can have on a decline, but what we're gonna focus on is going to be the flat machine press, which is gonna work on the overall chest development. So the form on this one, guys, is you want to make sure that your back is nice up against the pad, and then you're going to kind of like poke your chest up a little bit, and then you're going to come back, you're going to pause like we were doing before with the dumbbell bench press, and then you're going to press out. And then you're going to come back, and then you're going to press out, just like you see here in the video. Again, for beginners, we're going to do 3 sets of 8 to 10, and if you're more advanced, you're going to do 4 sets of 10 to 12, 8 to 10, 6 to 8, and then once again, that 4th set is going to be 10 to 12. This is really gonna blast your chest, guys, especially when coming straight from the dumbbell bench press. And after a little bit, I mean, you're just gonna have an insane pump. So that's it for number 2. And for number 3, and the final exercise in this video, guys, is going to be the pec deck, or the machine chest fly. This is also one of my favorite exercises because this is gonna be more of a isolation exercise, guys. Remember in the beginning where I said you got the compound to build the mass, and then you have the isolation to really sculpt it? This exercise, guys, is really going to sculpt your chest. So you wanna make sure that you're doing it correctly. Again, we're gonna do pause reps with this one. We're gonna keep it controlled throughout the entire movement. And as you can see, I'm not rushing through it. As my hands are coming closer together, that's when I'm pausing. And then I'm slowly coming back, guys. Slowly coming back, because that's really what's gonna give you that nice deep stretch on the exercise. And with all 3 of these exercises, guys, the biggest thing that I'm really trying to emphasize is going to be that time under tension and that mind muscle connection, because this is gonna be the game changer when it comes to actually building muscle and really building a nice looking chest, right? I remember when I was first starting out, and there were some exercises that I was doing that, because I didn't really have the form 100% down, I wasn't actually, feeling the muscle getting worked enough. And therefore, I wasn't really having that great of a pump with my workouts. But once I kind of locked in, I focused on the exercise, that's when I really started seeing so much more progress. So for beginners, you're gonna do 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. And if you're more advanced, you're gonna do 4 sets of 10 to 15, 8 to 10, 8 to 10, and then your last one is going to be until failure. And those are my top 3 workouts, guys. And like I said before, these were a major game changer for me, which really blew up my chest and made me just have an overall more aesthetic looking physique. So you definitely wanna add this to your next chest day, give them a try, and I guarantee you're gonna get a crazy pump from it. And also, if you're a beginner and you're not sure what other exercises to do, say for like shoulders, back, legs, then you definitely wanna click the free guide that I created for you down below. Just click on that. It's gonna be a push-pull legs program that you can get started so that you can start going out there and building muscle. And also, guys, if you wanna know the step-by-step process when it comes to building an attractive, aesthetic-looking physique, then you definitely wanna check out my Hollywood Body program. This is gonna be an 8-week program, and I'm gonna cover diet, nutrition, workouts, mindset, everything that you need to know to really build that nice beach body, Hollywood looking physique. That's gonna be in the link in the description down below as well. And that's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it and learned something, go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe. And also leave a comment down below and let me know what exercise was your favorite and which one you're looking forward to trying in your next chest day. And also, if you're struggling with your diet right now and you're not really sure how to actually lose fat consistently, then you definitely want to click the video on screen. God bless.